Rudow? That's how you pronounce it? R-O-U-D-O.
R-U-D-O-W.
There you go.
It's Rudow.
Rudow.
But whatever you want to say, it's perfect.
So obviously, you know, you've been working for Wolfgang for how many years now?
Almost 6.
Wow. So you came from Spago. How was that?
Spago was life-changing. It was awesome. It was a really cool experience. Working under Chef Eric, I learned more from him than I've learned in my life. He was an interesting one to work for, but very inspiring and an incredible chef and very well diverse. And taught me a lot of stuff I didn't know.
There you go. So I guess as a chef, it's always a continual process, correct? You always learn.
Till the day I die, I'll be learning. I wish I had more time to learn and educate myself and read.
Right. So where were you before you joined the WolfgangPuck group?
I was back in Baltimore working for a catering company, actually.
Okay. So how did you seek out Wolfgang's group, or did Wolfgang group come to find you?
My father-in-law had a connection with somebody here, actually Joe Issa through the company, and just got me an interview. And I was out here with my wife before we moved here. Both of us were interviewing, and I actually sat down with Chef Dustin. And Chef Dustin, who's my ultimate mentor, I worked for him for the first 4.5 years of my career. I sat down with him, and he hired me as a line cook.
Oh wow!
I actually started at Cucina as a line cook, working pantry station over there.
There you go.
Under Dustin.
Yeah. Very cool. So now you're here at WolfgangPuck here in downtown Summerlin. You go from being on the strip in a very tourist-driven environment to now in the suburbs. So is that like a big jump for you? Do you like it out here?
I love it out here.
I bet.
I'm a family guy, so it's fun. It's fun to be in the neighborhood and interact with the guests. To me, it's very similar to the environment that I've been in Spago for the past year. It's cool. It's a lot of the same clientele. I see the same faces, just different days of the week, and in a more laid-back, formal setting, informal setting. And I get to interact and go out and talk and chat and meet all the families and meet everyone here in the neighborhood. It's fun being out here because it's different. It's a different vibe than what I've been used to. And I mean, for me, tourists they come and go. But the locals, that's my base here.
And you actually get to see like families grow, you know, as longer you're here, and see, you know, schools and birthday celebrations, anniversaries.
Everything. I got my own family. I mean, my wife's been here probably in my 7 weeks here. My wife's probably been here about 10 times already with the baby. I got a so it's a good opportunity. I get to see them. And
there you go.
It's a fun family atmosphere. It's a cool hip vibe. Very different than anything that's
especially here in the area here, and just in downtown Summerlin, there's so many different venues. So speaking about that,
don't eat
in my mouth there. So
don't eat the fly.
Don't eat the fly. I mean, that's too much protein, right? So speaking about downtown Summerlin, there are so many good restaurants here, and do you think? And they're all kind of different. I don't think there's anybody like competing directly against each other. I think everybody gets along good. Do you like the different types, the selection of different restaurants here?
I do. I like it. I like it from a more personal standpoint because it's challenging. Because I try to have fried chicken to kind of compete with them. I try to have a burger to compete with Shake Shack.
Sure.
I try to have also pizza to compete with California Pizza Kitchen. I just put some new pastas on the menu to try to compete with Maggiano's before they open.
Nice, there you go.
So it's kind of it's fun. It's a nice kind of camaraderie around here.
Like a friendly competition.
It is. It's like Public 702. I mean, they're cool. They have a cool vibe. We just put on some bottled beers to try to compete with them and try to get a little bit of their business from football. And so it's cool. It keeps everybody pushing harder and working together.
And also, because now that you're in an outdoor environment and in the suburbs, you can do fun stuff. Like you have the the barbecues and stuff like that.
Absolutely, every
Saturday.
Saturday.
Do at
of course. Oh, look, I mean, we have a ton of promotions coming up over the next couple months, and it's like. I can't even, it's hard for me to wrap my brain around all these promotions. It's like down the strip, I might get 2, 3, 4 a year. It's like here, we have 5, 4 in the next month and a half, 2 months coming up.
There you go. So one of the first thing you did was create a new bar menu.
Correct.
And I sampled of some of the items not too long ago. Elaine hasn't had the opportunity yet, but tell us a little bit about what you did and what inspired you to make those.
Trying to have things that are simple but fun, things that are different, like the Reuben spring rolls. I mean, a lot of people have spring rolls around here, but we made them Reuben spring rolls.
Right.
It's like the
good.
ribs. A lot of people have ribs, so we did our own special take on how we're cooking them and frying them and glazing them, and got our own Asian chili spin on it. And so basically, what we wanted to do, we wanted to have food that's going to promote fun atmosphere, fun food, promote more drinking.
Yep.
Parties.
That's always a good thing.
A lot of our things are fried items on it, and it's priced very, very well and approachable instead of the normal run-of-the-mill happy hour around here.
Right.
So can I ask, so what are some of the promotions that are coming up that you're going to be
We
featuring?
have 3 flight dinners, the flight night dinners. First one is on the 27th, next Tuesday. The most fun one that we're going to be having is going to be the Oktoberfest. That's on October 4th.
Yeah.
So that's the big one. She can give you all the information, all the things. You guys don't have it already, but that's going to be a fun. I mean, that's all you can drink, all you can eat for $50, and I have whole pigs coming in for it. I just
Nice.
put spit roast out here
There you go.
on my grill, and we're going to have
Sounds
big
great.
pans of braised
Yeah.
sausages, and we have a big menu for it. It's going to be a really fun event.
Sounds
Super.
like fun. So what else? Are you having any plans on adding new things to the main menu?
So we have dialed in the core menu, and I just put a couple new things on yesterday. Every couple weeks we've changed and put some more things. I know coming up in the next couple weeks or so, probably around October, middle of October, I plan on putting pork chop on it, short rib. I'm going to switch the soup out for probably some sort of squash soup. So look, we don't change that often. We try to keep it our solid core menu, and around the season changes, we will change a couple of our items into sets to focus on that season. And then on the weekends, I'm actually offering my own insert specials menu,
Okay.
which is my own creative spin on whatever I feel like cooking. Last week I
I
had
like
a
that.
ribeye, and I had a rainbow trout and a few different items on it.
There you go. So now we've heard a little bit about your background as a chef, and I mean, we want to learn a little bit more about you. So I love asking chefs this question, and besides your knife, usually that's the first thing you'll say, what's the most important tool that you have in the kitchen that you can't do without?
Not counting my knife.
Not counting your knives, because usually that's the first thing a chef would say
course.
with my knives.
I would say a spoon.
There you go.
I use my spoon for everything.
There you go. Yeah, I love that. You got such a variety of answers.
I mean, I have a spoon. I mean, it was funny. I had my baby's birthday party was this past Sunday, and everybody's like asking me why I have a spoon in my pocket. It's like I prepared the whole meal for it, and it's just I have a spoon in my pocket at all times.
You're prepared. You're ready.
You're ready.
No matter what.
Just
And
in case.
The taste, the serve, to do, so who knows?
So when you're working here all day creating these beautiful dishes and you go home, what's one of your favorite dishes to cook for your family? Or do you cook them, or somebody else cook for you? Then you're cooking all day?
I try to push my wife as hard as I can for her to do more of the cooking at home.
Right.
When I am home, baby actually loves all pasta and mac and cheese, so that's been kind of the go-to for the past 3 or 4 months. I love making pasta at home. That's my most favorite thing. It's dirty and takes some time to it, so I don't get to do it as much as I would like to be doing it, but I try to keep it a little more simple at home. I grill a lot. I actually, if I'm going to have time, I'm going to be home all day, I'll actually try to smoke something.
There you go.
Nice.
But no, we keep it more simple. It's a fun time for me and my wife to get in there together, because she does not necessarily love. She likes to cook. She's not a very great cook, so it's a good opportunity where I can work with her, and she can kind of pick my brain.
Because I mean, her husband just happens to be an executive chef for Wolfgang. I mean, come on, I'd have you cooking too.
Of course.
So also one of the final question I always like to ask is, again, we've asked a lot of chefs this question, and what advice would you give either somebody going into culinary school or thinking about going to culinary school, no matter how old they are? What advice would you give them?
Always continue to learn. Don't ever stop. I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are, and when you actually stop your formal schooling and not schooling, it's like getting in there and putting your head down and asking the right questions and picking intelligent people's brains and people that have been in the industry. It's like, for me, nothing's better than talking to a chef who's been in it a lot longer than I have, and just getting personal advice from them and tips of the trade on how to make different things. It's like I'm always constantly reading and learning and inspired by chefs in this. It's a great industry to be in because it's fun and it's inspiring, and there's always something out there that you can learn and get better at.
Is there any one special quality that you think makes a good chef? That you think is like an essential?
Commitment.
Commitment, okay.
Commitment and drive are my things. I mean, I see plenty of chefs that don't have that end of the day, that drive, that passion in what they're doing.
Right.
It's like, to succeed in this industry, you got to be able to have. It's not just a job. If you wanted just a job, you wouldn't be doing what
Probably
we
wouldn't
do.
be a chef.
Right. You wouldn't be a chef.
It's like, if you're going to choose this industry, make sure you're passionate about it and you're committed to it.
Yeah.
And the grind. It's a long process.
Yeah, it is.
It takes a long time. I mean, I started making $11 an hour out of college after getting a 4-year college degree and then going to culinary school.
There
It's
you
like,
go.
but it pays off. Hard work pays off, and you got to be committed to it.
Well, it looks like it's definitely paying off for you and your family, and congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your new
Appreciate
position here. And we'll be one of those regulars. I think I already have been at least once a week.
Absolutely,
so I'm not
please.
going to miss coming in here.
Whenever. Please come on in.
All right, Chef.
All right,
Thank you
thank
so
you so much.
Of course.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate it.
much.